totally caught up in the build. I got totally caught up in the build on this one. There's so much nostalgia in today's show. I got caught up in the build, and I didn't have enough time. I'm telling you, man, this has been the theme lately. The theme lately has been, I need to find more time. How do I find more time? I'm already getting up at 3:50 in the morning, going to bed at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, golly, how many more hours do I need? But, dude, I just have so much fun sometimes. Sometimes I'm just writing a show, and I'm just kind of in the zone, and I'm kind of feeling, and it's kind of taking me to a place, and then I look up, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I got to go. And I come to the studio, and I get building, and then I'm start getting all nostalgic and stuff, and I'm just kind of in the zone. It's taking me to a place, and then I'm like, dang, it's already 5:30, and I haven't built what I want. I guess that is the curse, right? That is the curse that some of us carry. We carry this curse of it's never good enough. It's never enough. We can make it better. We know it could be better. But hey, one of the great things about this show right here, hashtag Rise and Grind live, over 2,000 episodes, 5:30 in the morning. One of the great things about this show right here is whether it's ready or not, there are people waiting. You have got to push the live button. I don't think some of you understand. I think some of you are waiting for things to be perfect. Some of you are like, hey, I'll push it out when it's ready. Some of you are doing another edit. You're doing another cut. You're doing another clip. One of the great things about this show right here is you ain't got time for another cut, bro. You ain't got time for another cut. You ain't got time for another clip. You ain't got time for none of that, because it's time to rise and grind. Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday, a.k.a. we call Wednesday CMA Day, Carter Myers Automotive Group, led by the one and only Miss Liza Myers-Borges, a everyday watcher of hashtag Rise and Grind. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2000. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. It is currently 26 degrees outside. It is supposed to be about 45 degrees later. It snowed all day yesterday, but the reports are that today is going to be an incredibly high pollen day. That's right. You heard that right, folks. Some of you are listening in from different parts of the country, and you're like, wait a minute, Glenn must have just made a mistake, because Glenn said it was snowing yesterday. And it's going to be a high pollen day today. And that just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't seem like you should go from shoveling a driveway, which I did not do, by the way. But it doesn't seem you should go from shoveling a driveway to taking your allergy medicine. I'm just, it's very, very, very interesting here in Lexington, Kentucky. What a strange world we live in. I will say that. I am here in my offices in Lexington, Kentucky, where today is day 2 of our business leadership workshop. So we are doing a live in-person business leadership workshop. We do workshops like this. Yeah, snow all day on St. Patty's Day. We do workshops like this every couple months. So every couple months, we'll get a bunch of people together. We don't even charge anything. Every couple months, we get a couple people together, or not a couple people. We get a few dozen people together, and we just pour into them. Me and my team. We pour into them from like 9 o'clock in the morning till about 3:30 in the afternoon. Sometimes it's for like salespeople, people that are on the sales side. Sometimes it's for leadership, people that are in leadership positions. Once a year, it's a bigger event specifically for owners and general managers of car dealerships. And then in between, we do like the kid stuff, right? Like we've got we do a high school teen entrepreneurship class that we've been doing for the last 4 weeks, which has been amazing. We're starting to do more things like that, right? But just bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspiring them to be great. That's it. Like no other agenda, no selling of any of the things, no tickets that you have to pay for. Bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspiring them to be great. And we do this about every other month because obviously we have business to run. And we just do it right here in my office because we have the space. I've got a conference room over there, and we can fit 40 people in there or so pretty comfortably. And so we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire them to be great. And so today is day 2 of that leadership event where we've got some guys and girls from all over the country. We've got guys and girls from all over the country. And yesterday, my friends Fred and Lou were here. These guys are great. And so yesterday, Fred and Lou were here, and they poured into them. And then Evan Walters, my guy Evan Walters was pouring into them, and my guy Sam Cox was pouring into them. I got to invest a little bit of time with them yesterday, which was great. But today is day 2 of that, right? Day 2 of that event. And I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, we had these events. We bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, inspire them to be great. But what's also a fascinating aspect of this is last night I was talking to one of the guys that's here, and he was going to dinner with another guy that's here. And the one guy is probably close to my age. He's a black guy, close to my age, and he's in a very successful position with a very large dealership group. The guy that he was going to dinner with is a young white guy, and just a young white guy that's not as advanced in his career as far as title and so on and so forth. But they were going to dinner together last night. And I thought, man, how freaking cool is that? How cool is that, right? We create the space, bring these people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire them to be great. Within that, they make connections and relationships. And then you've got a little bit older black guy and a little bit younger white guy. One guy who's further, evolved in his career. The other one's just up and coming in his career. And here they are, the two of them, never known each other before yesterday, and they're having dinner together. And I just thought, man, how freaking cool is that, dude? Like, the event itself is cool. The leadership stuff is cool. But what happens in between on these live events, that's where the real magic is. That is where the real magic is. There is nothing that I love more than a great in-person event. Like, nothing I love more than a great in-person event. Like, I remember my very first in-person event. I remember it very, very, very clearly. And it was actually a talent show. It was a talent show when I was in 8th grade at what at the time was East Flag Junior High. Now they call it Mount Eldon Middle School. And I had a teacher named Mr. Howard. And there was an unfortunate event. There was a girl that I went to school with, and her name was Kara Thrasher. Her name was Kara Thrasher. And Kara and I didn't even really have much of a relationship at that school. But Kara, unfortunately, at home, after school, her and her I don't know if it was a brother or a friend or whatever, but they were at home after school. Parents weren't there, just which used to be the case for us all the time back then. And they got their hands on a gun, and something happened, and she got shot in the throat and was paralyzed for a long period of time. And I just remember, I remember when I found out about this, I was just like, it blew, like I was devastated. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? She got shot in the throat. Like, I can't even comprehend. And so I just felt like, I'm like, dude, something's got to happen. Which I don't know what the heck Facebook is doing. I'm getting messages. People can't find the stream. Do me a huge favor. Hit the share button. Tag some people. I mean, golly, Facebook. We've been here over 2,000 times. Like, figure it out, bro. Figure it out. My goodness. Can somebody please get Zuckerberg on the phone and be like, bro, we show up here for years and years and years. Hundreds of comments on every show. Dozens of shares on every show. And we still run into these crazy problems. It's nuts. Anyways, Kara. Thank you, Ramon. I appreciate that. So Kara, it was an unfortunate thing. Kara gets shot in the throat, and I'm like devastated by the whole thing. And so I go to one of our teachers. His name was Mr. Howard, and I'm like, Mr. Howard, we got to do something about this. He's like, what do you mean we got to do something about this? I'm like, bro, we got to like raise some money for her family. Like we got to do something. And so I just decided, I'm like, let's do a talent show. Let's do a talent show. We'll charge tickets, and we'll take the money and we'll give it to Kara Thrasher. And so Mr. Howard was like, hey, you want to do a talent show? Let's do a talent show. And so he got us the gym there at East Flag Junior High is what it was called at the time. We got the gym, put up some flyers and, all that stuff. And we had a talent show. That was the very first event. I just remember I was the MC for the event, and I remember all of the people and the buzz and the audience. And then I remember people coming out, and in between each act, I would go out with the microphone and I would do my MC thing. And we raised a bunch of money for Kara Thrasher, which, by the way, if you're watching the show, this is a picture of Kara Thrasher today, or not today, but anyways, this is from her Facebook profile, an updated picture of Kara Thrasher. You can see right in the middle of her throat right there, you can see, where she took that bullet all those years ago. It looks like she's been able to recover from the paralysis and stuff. Again, I don't have much of a relationship with Kara. I never did. But for some reason, I just felt compelled to bring people together. There's nothing I love more than in-person events. Nothing I love more. So then fast forward, I remember that was the first event that I ever held. And then in high school, my second event was I decided I was going to have a big party. And I wanted to have a big party because we had the west side of Flagstaff and the east side of Flagstaff. Now, Flagstaff, Arizona is 6 miles across from city limits to city limits, but there was this big hill in the middle called Cedar Hill. Cedar Hill was huge. And you either lived on the west side or you lived on the east side. And whichever side you lived on, that was your side, bro. If you lived on the west side, you went to elementary school, middle school, high school on the west side. If you lived on the east side, you went to elementary school, middle school, high school on the east side. That's how it worked. We had the mall over on the east side. They had Buffalo Wild Wings and the University of Northern Arizona University. What's up, Scott Simons? Over on the west side, right? So Flagstaff was split, and I was like, yo, I'm going to throw a party that's going to bring people together, because that's just been how I am, right? I just want to bring people together. And so we decided we were going to have this party. We found out that my buddy Dwayne Dre, we found out that Dwayne could get alcohol. So we're like, all right, we're going to get a bunch of alcohol. We're going to have a party. We decided we were going to rent out a bunch of hotel rooms. We're like, we're going to rent a bunch of hotel rooms and we're going to have a party. We decided we were going to put flyers out. And so we put all these flyers out to bring all these high school kids together from the west side and the east side. And we were smart about it. The flyers said that you needed to meet us in the Taco Bell parking lot, right in the middle off of Butler. There was a Taco Bell on Butler that was right in the middle of the city. So meet us at Taco Bell. The flyer didn't say where the party was at. No, we couldn't do that. Meet us at Taco Bell, because if the flyer said where the party's at, then the cops were going to come back, bust up the party. So meet up at Taco Bell. So boom, we hand out flyers. We've got it all going on. Boom, boom, boom. We get to Taco Bell. I'm there at Taco Bell waiting. I wonder how many people are going to show up. Bro, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids show up. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids. We're in the parking lot. I'm standing on a picnic bench in the Taco Bell parking lot talking to a sea of people. And I'm like, look, ladies and gentlemen, here's how it works. I've got this document right here, and it's going to cost you, it's a $5 cover charge. You got to pay $5 to get in. We've got the alcohol. We've got the hotel rooms. This is going to be the most epic party in the history of all time. And so people start giving me money, and I'm handing out we had printed out these little basically like bracelets, but they were little printouts. And I'm selling them. And once you buy an access, then I give you the real address. And we even had like we had told people it was going to be at one hotel. We were trying to throw off the police and do all this stuff. So we rent out all these rooms in this hotel room. We got hundreds of kids over there. We're partying. We're getting it on for about 30 minutes before the cops show up. Cops show up, bust up the party. We got to pour out all the alcohol. Everybody goes running everywhere. It was wild, right? There's nothing I love more than an in-person event, an in-person experience. I want you to think back for a minute in your life. Think back to your fondest memories. Just right now, just take a quick second. Like, what are some of your fondest memories? Now, I'm curious, because when I think back to my fondest memories, this is not the case, but I'm curious, did any of you just now think of a time when you were alone? Because, see, for me, when I think back of my fondest memories, I'm always surrounded by people. One of my fondest memories is this event called Hustle and Grind Con. Scott Simons actually just said it in the chat. Years later, Hustle Houses, Hustle and Grind. One of my fondest memories is this event called Hustle and Grind Con. It was a first of its kind automotive event. It was an event where we had salespeople and managers and general managers and owners. We all came together. We rented out 17 mansions in Orlando. We had incredible speakers like Eric Thomas and Shaka Dyson, Brian Benstock. It was an incredible event. Nobody in auto had ever seen anything like this. Bringing people together, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed. The energy of Hustle and Grind Con was, I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience. Everyone stayed. Think of this. We had like 300 people all staying in the same houses, not go to the event and then go to the hotel and go out to dinner. No, everybody was staying in the same houses. And the speakers were so incredibly inspiring. Danelle Delgado, I had her come out and she poured into everybody. Jonathan Dawson was there and he killed it on the stage. He's a great speaker. It was just this insane, unbelievable experience. And there was a guy named Tony with the Keys. And you guys have heard of him because Tony with the Keys wrote this song right here. Right? So Tony wrote that song, but also there was a guy named Dave Benson. And Dave Benson had put out a challenge. He's like, hey, we need an anthem for Hustle and Grind Con. Can anybody put together an anthem? And Tony with the Keys came together with this anthem. So here's your dancing moment for today. Listen to this anthem. It's a freaking banger.
I'm a hustler on the grind. You a hustler on the grind. I'm a hustler on the grind. Yeah, we some hustlers on the grind. Look. They said make a video on why I deserve to be a hustling grind con. I said, Dave, that's easy. Everybody knows that I'm an icon. Yes, Tony with the Keys. It's the $1 billion drive. Since 1986, I've been a hustler on the grind. Put it all on the line. Every single time. You don't work, you don't eat. You don't grind, you don't shine. Success is a mountain that we all gon' climb. And once we get on top, we ain't never coming down. We set the bar a little higher. This a new level. We don't wait, we create. Be great, never settle. See, I'm a sales hustler. You a sales hustler. Together we done learn how to better help customers eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. Can I get a witness? Cause I'm telling the truth. All them fam strong, we gon' round up the troops. Lace up your boots, bring that hustler's energy. Coming together like chemistry, we the future of the industry. I pledge allegiance to the grind. Rise early in the morning cause I gotta get mine. Plan of action, action execution. Come and join the movement. It's a revolution. We focus on solutions for every situation. Limitless inspiration, infinite motivation. We building up a team connecting brand across the nation and bring it all together. This is history in the making. Facebook's been a great look for expansion. Hustle house, hustle mansion. At the table with champion. Leaders eat last, we all hungry. We came to break bread with Sean Hayes, Glenn Lundy, and Dave. Said make a video on why I deserve to be a hustling grind con. I said, Dave, that's easy. Everybody in the group an icon. Now turn my mic on. Watch how I turn that light on. Hustling grind con 2018 fight on. We grinding for a meal. We got the recipe. The dream is free. Hustle sold separate. I'm a hustler on the grind. You a hustler on the grind. I'm a hustler on the grind. Yeah, we some hustlers on the grind. Burn the boat. Burn the boat. If you's a hustler on the grind, let it show. I put it all on the line. Burn the boat. Now burn the boat. Now burn the boat. Burn the boat. Burn the boat. If you's a hustler on the grind, let it show. I put it all on the line. Burn the boat. We eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. We eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business.
Can I get a witness? Golly, man! It was so good. Hustle and Grind Con was amazing, man. There was also this event called Rise and Grind Live that we had in Paris, Kentucky.
So we're here where it's all gonna happen. The Bourbon County Courthouse here in Paris, Kentucky. This is the spot where we're gonna pull together 7 powerful speakers from all across the country. There's going to be live music all night long. It's going to be absolutely incredible as far as inspiration, motivation, and education. The production we're putting together, we're talking about a 24-foot by 16-foot LED screen right behind my head here. It's going to be right up there. It's going to be massive. There's going to be a light show like you've never seen before. It's just going to be absolutely over the top. This production, we're talking about $100,000 production. And guess what it's going to cost you to attend? 25 bucks. 25 bucks. I mean, I'm talking, we brought the greatest speakers from all over. We have the greatest performers in music from all over. You are going to never be able to forget this event going on here at the Bourbon County Courthouse in Paris, Kentucky, and it's only going to cost you 25 bucks. Click the link, glenlundy.com, get your tickets now.
So that was our first Rise and Grind live in-person event where we shut down the city of Paris. We actually built it on the steps of the courthouse. Amazing speaker lineup. Roddy Chong came out. You guys know Roddy?
Hello to all my friends in Kentucky. My name is Roddy Chong, and I'm one of the keynote speakers for this summer's Rise and Grind 2018 event, August 12th, this Sunday, at the Bourbon County Courthouse steps in Paris, Kentucky.
It was awesome, man. Roddy came out. We put on a show. Darian Sanders, him and his group performed. It was a one-day event. I flew in on a helicopter to make my intro. It was crazy. Since then, we also had the Grow Your Business for God's Sake event, which was incredible. We also had Clubhouse, our Breakfast with Champions event on Clubhouse with our Clubhouse peeps. That was in New York City. That was an incredible, incredible event. That's where a lot of us Clubhousers got connected, for the first time. So that was amazing. There's just something uniquely powerful about live in-person events and experiences. And yes, Liza, Tony did absolutely crush it. So listen, here we are at spring break, right? That's our theme this week, spring break. And I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, what's the draw? What's the draw of spring break? Why do people gather up and travel and wait in the lines and go all the places? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, dude, spring break captures the essence of the human spirit. It really does. We were designed, you and I, we were designed to be together. That's why when you thought of your fondest memories, it wasn't a memory of you sitting by yourself, for most people anyways. It's usually your fondest memories surrounded by people that you love. We were designed to be together. And what's interesting is in today's day and age, technology has connected us like never before. Absolutely. Technology has brought us together in ways we absolutely could not be together prior to the tech. But it's also removed the hugs and the handshakes. Hey, Sean Hayes, what are you doing, man? Somebody must have tagged you or something. I just got done playing. Look, there you are right there, Sean Hayes. I was just talking about Hustle and Grind Con 2018, man. I just played the video with Tony with the Keys. Man, it's good to see you, dude. What are you doing here? That's crazy. Technology has connected us, but it's removed the hugs, man. It's removed the handshakes. It's removed the inline conversations. Nobody talks about this. But when you're at a big event and there's a line to get into the event, conversations happen. When you're at a big event and there's a line to get into the bathroom, conversations happen. And sometimes those conversations Whether it's a line in the bathroom or it's a line to get into an event or whatever, sometimes those conversations lead to you meeting a forever friend for the very first time. You know, you guys all know Liza and you guys all know Scott. And that Hustle and Grind Con event was an opportunity for us to cement relationships that have now been going for 8 years strong. Sean Hayes just popped up in here. Us doing that event together created memories that will absolutely last a lifetime. They bring so much joy to my heart to this day. That first Rise and Grind event was the first time that I asked Danelle Delgado to come speak. Think about all of the things. For those of you that have been around here, think about all the things that have happened with Danelle Delgado since that very first event where she came out to Paris, Kentucky for me. She did that for me. And so many relationships have spawned off from that. So many experiences have spawned off from that. So listen, I love the tech and its ability to bring us together. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But we got to remember the hugs and the importance of the handshakes. And we got to remember that the inline conversations are just as important, if not more important, than the experiences themselves. So what was on my heart for this morning, and I don't know exactly who I'm talking to, but don't just go to events in 2026 and 2027. Throw your own events. Be the catalyst in this season where people are as connected as ever, but also as disconnected. They're connected in conversation, but disconnected in handshakes and hugs and inline conversations. Like, be the catalyst in this season. That's what the world needs. The world needs you. We need you. I need you to bring people together. And I don't care if it's you and 2 other people coming together to sit and have coffee at a Starbucks. Maybe it's you and a small group of individuals going out for a run. Maybe it's you creating a weekly card game, a Bible study, a life group. Maybe it's what Ramon's doing, where Ramon's doing his genius events, where he's bringing people together at a round table and having amazing conversations. Maybe it's a big event like Hustle and Grind Con, where you bring together hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people and create the most amazing and incredible energy the world has ever seen. Maybe it's a massive event where you bring together tens of thousands of people and you create hugs and handshakes and inline conversations. It doesn't matter. From talent shows to high school parties to hustle and grind and rise and grind, to grow your business for God's sake, to breakfast with champions in New York City, and to the events that we're having right here in this office today, the retreats I'll have with my members tomorrow, not tomorrow, but in the future, and the next big hustle and grind type event that we're going to have in 2027. No matter what that event looks like to you, bring people together. This season needs you. My name's Glenn Lundy, and I'm your friend, and I absolutely stinking love you. I do. And if you can do anything for me, if I've ever done anything for you, if you can do one thing for me, bring people together and create some of those hugs and handshakes that the world needs more of. Does that sound fair? All right. Have an amazing day, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll do it all over again, 5:30 a.m. Peace.
We're going to wake them up with this one.